That growing crisis at the border. President Trump heading to Capitol Hill today as some members of his own party now add pressure for him to stop this after every living former First Lady came out against his policy.
And there are new images this morning showing what it's like inside those facilities where migrant children are being held, and that new audio of children reportedly separated from their parents is getting so much reaction this morning. ABC's Gio Benitez is at the border outside El Paso, Texas with the latest. Good morning, Gio.
Michael, good morning to you. Yeah, this here right now is a port of entry here in Tornillo, Texas. And just beyond that, I know it's dark, but just beyond that, there's a tent city where these families are being processed and some are separated. This morning, new video from inside the country's largest immigration processing facility in McAllen, Texas. 1,100 men, women, and young children crammed into what looked to be cages. Small bodies wrapped in plastic heating blankets, sleeping side by side behind metal fencing. Overnight on her Fox News show, Laura Ingraham facing criticism for comparing these conditions to camp.
Since more illegal immigrants are rushing the border, more kids are being separated from their parents and temporarily housed in what are essentially summer camps.
Her remarks come as child advocates release heartbreaking new audio. Purportedly recorded at an unspecified detention center and first obtained by ProPublica. You can hear what appears to be children sobbing for their parents. Then a voice that ProPublica says belongs to a Border Patrol agent. One girl begs agents to call her aunt. The administration says all children in federal care are well looked after.
We operate according to some of the highest standards in the country. We provide food, medical, education, and all needs that the child requests.
But Antar Davidson, who until last week worked at this facility in Arizona, tells ABC News he quit because of what he says he saw inside.
The shift leader called me over the radio and said, "Can you come? You need to come translate for these kids and tell them that they can't hug. Tell them the rule." These were 3 Brazilian siblings who had been separated from their mother the night prior. The 2 younger siblings are grasping the brother. Everyone is crying. The brother is trying to stay strong, but also just weeping.
Southwest Keys, the organization that runs the center where Davidson formerly worked, telling ABC News it has experienced, trained staff to provide comfort and counseling and to help the child feel more comfortable. Hugging is absolutely allowed. But that wasn't the experience of one of the premier pediatricians in the country. Dr. Colleen Kraft, head of the American Academy of Pediatrics, tells us not only was there no hugging in the shelter she toured, it was simply child abuse.
When these children are exposed to these toxic stress chemicals for long periods of time, without that caring adult to help them out, we know this disrupts their brain architecture and it disrupts their development.
Some kids separated from their families now ending up with American foster parents, like this couple in Michigan who asked us not to show their faces, taking care of a 10-year-old Guatemalan boy.
His father was then taken away in what he described as handcuffs behind his back. And our boy was then detained for 24 hours in a detention facility. But when he came to us, he was extraordinarily fearful. He was afraid to eat. He was afraid to look. His clothes were soiled. He wouldn't use the bathroom.
And now everyday people from across this country are raising money to help these migrant families. In fact, one couple in California has already raised more than $3.6 million in just 3 days, 84,000 people contributing to that Facebook campaign. Michael?
All right, Gio, it's just heart-wrenching to hear those cries from those children. And how are these families, how are they finally reunited?
Well, you know what? The government says that there's a phone number that these parents can call. As long as they haven't been transferred over to Immigrations and Customs, they can call this number, find out where their child is. The government says they'll eventually be reunited. We just don't know how long that'll take.
All right, thank you so much, Gio. David?
We're going to have to keep asking about that because there are reports that parents get deported and sometimes their children are left back here and they're not reunited.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.